The all-new redesigned SUV of 2025 is here, and it's making waves in the luxury market. This SUV undercuts giants like Lexus and Volvo in price, but the real question is, how does it actually drive? In this review, we put it to the test: performance, comfort, features, and hidden downsides. From futuristic design to surprising flaws, this SUV might just be the biggest disruptor of 2025. Is it the perfect mix of affordability and luxury, or does it drive like a boat? Watch till the end to find out the shocking truth. If you love car reviews, future SUVs, and luxury comparisons, then you're in the right place. Subscribe here for more Tesla, BMW, Lexus, Volvo, and EV reviews every week. The Legion of Luxury. Picture this. You walk into a dealership expecting to pay Lexus or Volvo money for comfort, safety, and style. But then you see it, a redesigned SUV that undercuts both by thousands, and yet, inside, it feels just as refined. The question is, how is this even possible? And if the price is so low, what's hiding beneath the surface? In ancient Rome, legions marched with unmatched discipline. They weren't always the most expensive soldiers, but they were organized, efficient, and unstoppable. In today's automotive empire, Lexus and Volvo stand as the patricians, the noble houses of luxury SUVs. Yet now, a challenger has entered the arena, one that brings unexpected strength, sharper weapons, and a promise that rattles the foundations of its rivals. This is not just a car. This is a new legion. But will it rise to glory, or fall as another forgotten rebellion? Let's begin with the design. At first glance, this SUV doesn't look like a budget option. The exterior carries sharp lines, sculpted panels, and bold lighting that would not be out of place on a Lexus RX or Volvo XC60. The stance is commanding, the grille aggressive yet refined. It carries itself with the same confidence as a Roman legion entering battle. But here's the twist: it costs far less. That's the first mystery. Step inside, and the surprise only deepens. Leather-trimmed seats, a massive touchscreen interface, ambient lighting that shifts with mood, safety features once reserved for premium brands now included as standard. It's a cabin built to impress, a silent fortress designed for both driver and passenger. But as every Roman general knew, appearances can deceive. Does this comfort last once the SUV leaves the safety of its polished showroom? That's where the true test begins. On the road, Lexus and Volvo are famous for balance, smooth suspension, quiet cabins, a sense of control that reassures you at every turn. This redesigned rival claims to match that, and in some cases even surpass it. The steering is sharp, the acceleration quick enough to surprise, and the ride tuned for long journeys without fatigue. Reviewers whisper that it drives like a car twice its price. But then comes the open loop. What about durability? Rome's legions could conquer new lands, but holding them was another story. Will this SUV conquer the test drive, only to fail after years of real battle? Consider the features: advanced driver assistance, collision alerts, lane keeping support. Some rivals charge thousands extra for these. Here, many come standard. It feels like a gift from the emperor himself. Yet gifts in Rome always came with hidden strings. Could the hidden tribute here be reliability, or worse, resale value? Luxury isn't just about first impressions. It's about how a car ages. Lexus and Volvo are known for lasting well beyond expectations. Can this newcomer truly hold its ground when the years take their toll? Then, there's fuel economy, or for some versions, electrification. The SUV offers hybrid options, promising both power and efficiency. It's a move straight from the Roman playbook: adapt, evolve, and outlast. But skeptics warn of early technology risks: batteries that degrade, software glitches, promises that sound good in a scroll, but falter on the battlefield of daily driving. The most shocking part isn't what this SUV includes, it's what it dares to challenge. Lexus built its empire on whisper-quiet comfort. Volvo built its dynasty on safety, so strong it became legend. Yet here stands a rival claiming to do both without demanding the tribute of a high monthly payment. That's the kind of rebellion that makes empires nervous, and nervous empires often strike back. But the story doesn't end with features and price. Behind every car lies a deeper question: who commands the legion? Who builds it? Who funds it? Who maintains the empire behind the badge? Lexus and Volvo carry centuries of tradition, trust, and global presence. Their names are shields. This newcomer, its shield is still untested. Buyers may save money today, but in times of crisis, breakdowns, recalls, market crashes, does the Legion have enough strength to protect them? Or will the shield crack, leaving owners stranded? History tells us Rome was not defeated overnight. It fell slowly, piece by piece, as challengers chipped away at its power. Could the same be happening now? With SUVs like this one, affordable yet packed with luxury, chipping away at the high walls built by Lexus and Volvo? It is too early to say, but one thing is certain. This redesigned SUV has entered the arena not as a spectator, but as a fighter, and its blows are already being felt. So here is the riddle. Luxury at a bargain feels like victory. The car looks sharp, drives smooth, and spoils you with features. Yet the shadow of doubt lingers. Will it stand the test of time, or will it, like many forgotten rebellions, be remembered as a fleeting spark? The Legion marches strong today, but history will decide if it becomes an empire or a casualty. And if you think this battle is fierce, wait until you see the next one. Because the true war is not fought in showrooms or on highways. It is fought in something far more invisible and far more powerful. Data. In our next video, The Empire of Data, we'll uncover how modern carmakers use your information as their greatest weapon. And in that war, price and luxury mean nothing if control of data is lost. Engines of the arena. Imagine this, an SUV priced below Lexus and Volvo rolls onto the road. At first, it looks polished, refined, almost gentle. But then, when the driver presses down, the vehicle surges forward with force no one expected. Silent, swift, almost predatory. It's not just another SUV. It's a gladiator stepping into the arena. But here's the question. Will this fighter outlast its rivals, or will its glory fade as quickly as it begins? In ancient Rome, gladiators fought for survival in blood and dust. Today, the arena has changed. No sand, no swords. Instead, the battlefield is the open road, and the weapon is engineering. Lexus and Volvo have long ruled this arena with balance, safety, and prestige. But this redesigned SUV arrives with something hidden beneath its armor. A character no one saw coming. From the outside, it plays the part of refinement. Sculpted panels, sharp LED lights, a grille that blends aggression with elegance. Like a gladiator before a fight, it hides its intent behind ceremony and show. But once you sit inside, the mask begins to slip. The cabin is quiet, too quiet. Leather-trimmed seats wrap around you. Ambient lights shift like a torch flickering in the Colosseum. Touchscreens glow with futuristic precision. You think you've entered a lounge, not an arena. And yet, beneath the silence lies something waiting, something ready to strike. Because the true test of any gladiator is not in appearance, but in action. And this SUV, when unleashed, does not hesitate. The acceleration is sharp, the torque immediate. No roar of combustion. Instead, a whispering surge of power, like a blade sliding free from its sheath. Reviewers call it surprisingly fast. Drivers describe it as effortless. But here's the mystery. Can a fighter this silent truly endure the chaos of battle? Or is its silence a weakness? On the city streets, the SUV moves with quiet precision. Steering is light but confident, weaving through traffic with ease. Suspension soaks up bumps like sand beneath a gladiator's feet. It feels smooth, almost deceptive, like the fight is too easy. But what happens when the road opens up? On the highway, the mask comes off. The SUV surges ahead, overtaking with confidence that stuns anyone expecting a budget option. For a moment, you forget it costs thousands less than its rivals. For a moment, you believe it belongs in the same league as Lexus and Volvo. But then comes the question no one can avoid. What about endurance? A gladiator can land a deadly blow, but can he survive round after round, day after day? Because that is where Lexus and Volvo built their dynasties, not on raw power, but on trust, reliability, safety, the ability to not only win one fight, but 1,000. And this SUV, as promising as it is, has yet to prove its legacy. Early whispers hint at untested systems, batteries with uncertain lifespans, and software still finding its footing. Could this be the hidden cost of entry into the arena? Consider the braking. Strong, responsive, but paired with regenerative systems that feel unfamiliar to traditional drivers. Some call it efficient, others call it unpredictable. It is another gamble, another layer of risk in a fight where predictability saves lives. Then there's handling. Around tight corners, the SUV holds firm. No body roll, no clumsy sway. It fights with balance, but balance on new legs is fragile. As with any challenger, the question remains, will it stumble when pushed harder, when roads turn harsh and unpredictable? And here is where the arena turns deadly, because endurance is not just about parts and software. It is about reputation. Lexus has endured decades of battle, Volvo centuries of safety innovation. They are not untested gladiators. They are champions who have walked into the arena again and again and survived. This SUV, no matter how strong its first strike, has yet to face the true gauntlet of time. Still, there is something magnetic about it. The confidence of a newcomer who doesn't realize the odds are against them. The kind of fighter who steps into the sand not to survive, but to dominate. And for now, at least, its moves are sharp, its blows strong, and its audience captivated. So the question becomes, what matters more in this modern arena? The price of entry, the spectacle of features, the thrill of speed, or the unseen endurance, the history of battles won and scars carried? Rome's gladiators pioneers could win hearts in a single match, but only legends were remembered centuries later. Which path will this SUV take? Because when you stand back, the truth is clear. This is not just another budget rival. This is a declaration of war, a signal that the arena is no longer the exclusive domain of Lexus and Volvo. And whether it endures or falls, the fight itself will reshape the battlefield. So, is this SUV the quiet assassin that rewrites the rules of luxury? Or is it simply another challenger destined to be forgotten in the dust of the arena? For now, the fight rages on. And if you think the clash of engines is dramatic, wait until you see what comes next. Because the true war may not be fought on roads at all, but in the hidden cost of ownership. In our next episode, The Hidden Tribute, we'll uncover what drivers really pay after the purchase. And trust me, that's where the empire strikes hardest. The hidden tribute. Imagine this. You buy an SUV that looks like it could rival Lexus or Volvo. The price is lower. The features feel premium. The drive is smooth, almost too good for what you paid. You smile, thinking you've won. But then, the hidden costs begin to appear. One small fee here, a repair there, software you thought was free, suddenly locked behind a subscription. You begin to wonder, did I buy a bargain, or did I just pledge tribute to an empire I don't understand? In ancient Rome, every victory demanded tribute. Gold, grain, labor, it always came at a cost. Today, the modern empire of cars plays by the same rules. Victory in the showroom may feel sweet, but in the years that follow, drivers often pay in ways they never expected. And this redesigned SUV, the one that dares to undercut Lexus and Volvo, might be no exception. On the surface, it feels like a dream. Plush interior, cutting-edge tech, an electric powertrain that promises speed and silence, and all at a price that makes rivals look inflated. But here's the question, what lies beneath? Because when something seems too good to be true, history tells us it usually is. Let's start with maintenance. Lexus built its empire on reliability. Decade after decade, their cars ran with minimal breakdowns. Volvo, on the other hand, carved its reputation on safety and durability. But this new SUV, it comes from a younger brand, one with less time in the arena. Its parts are advanced, yet untested. Early reports whisper about battery degradation. Replacement costs, if they come too soon, could erase the savings of the lower sticker price. Then there's the question of software. In Rome, tribute could be demanded again and again, not just once. The same pattern appears now. Buy the car, yes, but do you truly own all its features? Heated seats, advanced driver assistance, navigation systems. Some are locked behind monthly payments. A subscription here, an update there. Slowly, the total grows, and the buyer begins to realize the low price was only the beginning. But that's not the only hidden tribute. Insurance costs, too, lurk in the shadows. Premiums rise when repair costs are uncertain. New tech often means expensive fixes. Sensors embedded in bumpers. Cameras lining the roof. A single accident could demand tribute greater than the savings you thought you secured. And then comes the most dangerous form of tribute, time. Lexus and Volvo are predictable. They have networks, parts, dealers everywhere. But what happens when your budget rival breaks down in a place far from home? Do parts arrive quickly, or do you wait weeks? In Rome, delays could mean defeat. On today's roads, delays mean frustration, loss, and doubt. Still, the temptation remains strong. The SUV feels premium at first touch. Seats hug your frame. Screens respond with smooth animations. And the drive, silent, quick, futuristic. For many, that first impression is enough to seal the deal. But impressions can fade. And when the honeymoon ends, the tribute begins. Consider the warranty. Promises are made, yes. But how long do they last? 3 years, 5. Lexus often guarantees confidence for longer. Volvo builds trust with proven safety scores and consistent testing. This SUV, its promises are bold, but boldness does not always equal truth. Will the protections hold when tested, or will the buyer discover that the shield is thinner than it seemed? And here lies the heart of the mystery. The SUV was designed to break barriers, to storm the market and win attention. But victories in Rome were never free. The cost always came later. And here too, the tribute may not be visible on day one. It may come slowly, month after month, repair after repair, a subscription that never ends, a battery replacement that arrives too soon, a depreciation curve that punishes resale. So what is the true cost of this bargain? That is the question every buyer must ask before stepping into the arena. Because while the SUV may strike first with a low price, the empire it belongs to may demand tribute for years to come. But here's the twist. Some drivers won't care. They will pay the tribute and still feel victorious. They will enjoy the thrill, the comfort, the status of driving something new. And perhaps for them, the tribute is worth it. After all, even in Rome, many citizens gladly paid their taxes to enjoy the empire's protection. The danger lies with those who believe the fight is over when they drive off the lot. For them, the story is only beginning. So ask yourself this: are you buying a car, or are you entering into a pact with a modern empire, one that hides its tribute in the shadows? shadows? The answer may decide whether this SUV is remembered as a triumph or a betrayal. Because history tells us this, the empire always takes its share. Always. And if you think hidden costs are the end of the story, think again. In our next episode, The Collapse of Comfort, we uncover what happens when luxury features, those soft leather seats, those glowing screens, fail under pressure. It's a story of fragility, and it might just change how you see the meaning of comfort forever.